Greetings and salutations, fine viewer. My name is Himmelberg, and welcome to this Let's Play of Defense Grid 2. So, I'm picking the last challenge mode to try for Mission 5, Barrage, and I think I want to try Grinder. They're kind of fun, they're well, they're not fast, anything but they let us sort of play in a particular way that's kind of satisfying. I won't call it the most challenging mode, but they're fun. So, we're gonna go with this. We have a new missile tower mode that doesn't matter to us. Concussion, shield buster, bombs, finds nothing but walkers the whole way through. So, yeah, let's give this a go. We're gonna do the layout ever so slightly differently than we did before, just because of the nature of the kind of things you want to use on a walker-heavy map. Do some basic maze layout with our eventual goals in mind. I'm gonna want to put an Inferno turret there once it comes up. And anybody who watched the last mode, or the last challenge mode I did, you know basically what the plan is here. We're laying out the same grid that we were using before. I've swapped in an Inferno turret here because we're dealing with these tightly packed clumps, but that's a pretty minor modification. Getting this concussion turret online rather than this one first, because this one just seemed to do more damage, and by a substantial margin. It'd be nice to afford a cleanup turret here. Also, because we know that it's walkers only, we don't need to worry about using laser turrets. They'll be fine. Okay, I would really like to get the upgrade on this concussion turret going. Right, it's going to take 500 something. I'd like to get this one upgraded all the way as soon as possible. Because it is in a absolutely primo spot. And hopefully I will remember that I can just leave this on at fast speed the rest of the way, because it is going to take a while to grind. 100 waves just take time. Okay, we've completed. We overcharged because we've spent that much money on it. Might as well get our worth out of it. We're going to go for a concussion turret here. Previously, I'd used a laser turret at this spot, but I think we're just going to make these 4 all concussion turrets. We know we're dealing with walkers the whole way through, and they're going to... being able to maximize the AoE damage so that everything dies that's going to be very key. I would like to cheat and upgrade that Inferno turret, maybe. Yeah, let's see how it does. I suspect it's not going to be able to come anywhere close to the effectiveness of that concussion turret, but we'll give it a chance. Some tower defense games I have played have had the ability to just force start the next wave. To the best of my knowledge, that does not exist in Defense Grid 2. Kind of be a nice feature for something like this. I think it's so that, I mean, in something like Desktop Tower Defense, which is the one I'm thinking of, they'll let you spawn many waves on top of each other. That would be kind of bizarre with the way that Defense Grid 2 staggers the different kinds. They're getting people through. And just watch the fireworks over 1100. There we go. Get the upgrade. 155,000 damage from that turret. 63,000 from that Inferno turret. The Inferno turret is putting up a good fight. I suppose that's not actually at all disappointing, given as it cost pretty close to half what the concussion turret did. So he's doing good work. When I would do these missions in Defense Grid 1, I would attempt to basically do it entirely with Concussion and Inferno and Temporal turrets, simply because those are going to be the ones that scale perfectly with the number of enemies, and it was the raw quantity of enemies that were the biggest issue with the grinder missions in that game. If I really felt like excessive force, I suppose I could sell that turret and free up another good spot for a concussion turret. Look, if 1 was good, 2 is better, 5 must be fantastic, right? I suppose it would have been possible to just do this all on this mode. Take those, say, 5 spots, convert them all over into max upgraded concussion turrets and just use them. The actual timing of doing that with, like, getting the first wave or 2 might have been tricky. Yeah, well, 70 waves to go. That's impressive that they're still making it through all of that. I suppose we are weakening our optimal arrangement somewhat because we simply at this stage have no more slows in the region. So we'll add some laser turrets. In terms of effective slow per tower spot space, which is the primary metric I think we need to be concerned with, I think they're the best, obviously excepting temporal turrets. I'd also like to get up the meteor turrets. They're pretty awesome. We're not necessarily getting the best score here. We let them pick up a significant number of cores, but yeah, I think these slows are actually really important. So my selling all the gun turrets actually was a mistake. I don't know how many missions it is till we get to coral turrets. Also, at some stage, we're gonna get the boost tower enhancement that increases score, and that'll be an interesting one to work around when we're concerning ourselves with maximizing score. I mean, I know we're shooting for gold, which actually, quite frankly, is kind of a low bar for some of these missions. I mean, especially the grinder-style challenge modes. Grinder is far more about completing it than what the actual score is. Wave 43. How much of this map we're gonna fill up with. We're halfway on the waves. We filled up this pad more or less completely. Overcharge. Max upgrading all the turrets on it. These are not cheap turrets either. We have 6. Yeah, 6 concussion turrets, which are among the most expensive. I think missile turrets might be more. I wish it could reach out to this arc right here, but alas. I don't think lasers get a range. Yeah, they don't get a range upgrade when you upgrade them. Whatever. We have money to burn. tower damage check. This is the one we expect to be top. 572,000. Wow, well, many of these are 500,000-ish so far. This is actually a relatively weak spot compared to this outer ring. I suppose a lot of them are dying, like swarmers are dying up here before this turret can really do much to them. Except there's no swarmers, because we're 100% walkers on this mission. Buy us another tower. I think for a super grinder style mission, I don't think we could do this. Waves involving the like juggernauts or something would be using this density of concussion turrets would not work as well. Were I playing this for myself, fine viewers, I would have probably stood up and walked away for a little while, set this on normal speed, and just let it go, rather than sit here and monitor it. Simply because, I mean, if I care about maximizing my score, one of the hardest things to do is to sit still and not do anything. Which at this stage, the towers are doing their job. They seem to be sufficient to the task, and if I want to maximize my score, I should let resources pool and use that enhancement to the score. But no, because I'm sitting here, I feel compelled to do something, and thus I spend money making more turrets that are not strictly necessary. And there we see our thresholds for bronze, silver, gold. I'm not at all concerned about our ability to make it to gold on this one. I've seen some discussion of an endless mode, which would just simply go until your maze fails. That could be pretty entertaining and be essentially a super grinder, but more so. A little bit problematic, because super grinder takes a while to do. I think the last episode I did that involved that was 35 or 40 minutes, and that was with substantial use of the time compression function. Simply going to failure where I've filled up all of the possible spaces I can find on this map, would be pretty crazy. I'm not sure what route I would have it take. Probably fill in this turret, make them route here, and then up and around that and over by this expansion. Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, no, I would want to do that, because yes, I'm losing these 2 turrets being effective through here, but if I buy this expansion, that gives 4 really nice spots for hitting all of this. They probably get prioritized to a couple of laser turrets in here, as well as some, well, meteor towers on the back are not going to be so good here, because they're just not going to have the range to hit up this direction. But this would free up 3 spaces here that I can use for meteor towers. Again, should such a hypothetical challenge mode exist. And into the death trap. I got a lot through. Less than ideal. Well, how do I want to solve that? I can do that. I can drop those extra turrets. Sure. Let's go ahead and do it. 3 max upgraded meteor turrets. We'll spend the money on the substation. Oh, hey, I've got another good spot right here. Let's take advantage of it. And we are already into gold mode with 10 waves left to go. We're already to gold score. Again, as I said, I don't think the actual gold threshold on particularly Grinder and Super Grinder are challenging at all. This is far more about doing them than the score. So if I were to put a meteor turret here, that's not terrible. Yeah, sure. And it does, in fact, fire. It has done 64 damage. Very expensive paperweight. Our primo turrets here, 1.2 million. Yeah, all about that same range. Yeah, and this one's just dramatically less effective. 632. Again, this costs roughly half what the concussion turrets do, so can't really blame it for that. Still on 64 damage done by that turret. And this is our last wave. Oh, it does get to shoot again. And when it actually is shooting things, it does a lot of damage. That's what we have. That's why we have them. And And there we go. Mission completed. Victory, gold mode score. Excellent. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll continue to join me for this Let's Play of Defense Grid 2. I think we're moving on next to the next story mission.